Hello, and welcome to Shark Cut Up CNC. Today we're going to talk about how to create a fence post cap with several different tool paths that can be used to create this fence post cap. Now, this particular one was done with a gadget. The gadget's available in Aspire and BCar Pro, but gadgets are not available in the desktop version of the Vectric software. So let's take a look at the 2D view, and you'll see that it's got a bunch of vectors that were created with the gadget. And all these vectors are related in one way or another to create the Toolpath, which is created by the gadget also. Now, the gadget, you can just create vectors with just by leaving the tools off of the gadget itself. The gadget is called Easy Fence Post Cap Maker, and it's by Jim Andy Gadgets. So be sure to visit Jim Andy Gadgets online and look at all the different available gadgets that are there. They may help you and they may not, but take a look at them. Uh, anyway, the gadget, like I said, you can leave the tools off and it'll create just the vectors depending on your measurements here. It's already got your material thickness recorded. It picks that up from the job setup, and it's got your material width, 12 inches. Now, here we have our cap size in the X and Y, and you got your slope and the flat. Now, you can probably put a 0 in here and it'll make a pyramid out of it. But that's the gadget version, and the gadget creates everything for you. So that's one way. Now, we'll go to back to sheet 1 because this is actually sheet 2. Sheet 1 is a fluting toolpath created fence post cap, that is. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that creating by playing the toolpath. And that's a little fast. So what we'll do is we'll reset it and we'll cut the speed back a little bit. You see it's starts from the top, works down, and the step over is very slight. In fact, you can probably decrease the step over some more and try to eliminate the little cusps, as they're called, from the ball nose cutter that we're using here. And it just goes around the circles around this inner square. Speed it up, and you see it circles right around that center square. All right, that's the fluting toolpath version. Now we'll go back to the 2D view. We'll go to sheet 3, double click on it, and that brings it up. Rather than using this little drop down menu, you can double click on your material and it'll bring it up. All right, we're using the molding toolpath on this particular one, and we've created all these toolpaths for this molding toolpath. The molding toolpath consists of two vectors that are used to create the ramp or whatever your contour that you're trying to create. One is called a rail, and the other is called your profile vector. Rail vector, profile vector. So let's take a look at that, how that's what that one looks like. Okay, there's all the different tool paths all meshed together. We'll preview it. And that was rather quick. And what it does is it creates each side one and then across from the other, and then this one and across from it. And that's all it does is just creates those four sides on that angle, starting from the top and working down. And it ends up with a nice looking fence cap post or post cap. Okay, so we'll go back to the 2D view. We'll double click on the chamfer toolpath and take a look at that one. There you have the fence post cap or fence post cap. Now you can change the slope just by increasing the angle on this profile vector. Same here, same here. On the gadget toolpath, you can type it in as to what the distance is from top to bottom. Point for the gadget, this was 0.75. So there you have it. Four different types of toolpaths, or well, three toolpaths and a gadget to create the fence post cap. So you you're not limited to just one way of doing things. It all depends on what you're trying to create and how complicated it may be. Sometimes you end up having another way to do this would be to create a model of it and it's just use the 3D toolpaths to cut it. So you got four methods here. I just mentioned another one. So you can see where I'm coming from. There are other possibilities that can be used, especially in VCarve Pro and Aspire. You may not have all those capabilities in the desktop version. So there you have it, folks. Five different ways to create the fence post cap. Thank you for watching Shark Cut Up CNC.